For this first DIY, you are going to need a Christmas plastic container from Dollar Tree. I am going to use Mod Podge and use a brush to brush over the bottom of the container, so some of the snow stays in place when you move it around. Grab some fox snow and add the snow into the container. Next, you will need cast cars from Dollar Tree. They come in a pack of 3. Grab one of the flocked mini Christmas trees from Dollar Tree. You are going to hot glue the tree on top of the car. Repeat this step again for the second car and tree. You will need another tree, but this one is going to be the medium-sized tree to be placed in the center of the container. I will be using a few of the Cobblestone Corners Christmas Village accessories, like the snowman and the North Pole sign. Both of these will go next to the tree. Now take both of your cars and place them inside the container. These cars are the perfect size for this container. For the last car, you are going to hot glue a present on top of the car. Take the car and place it inside the container with the other 2 cars. Now you have a Christmas decoration that you can put out for display. Here are some close-ups of the container. Going to be transforming this fall sign into a Christmas sign. Grab some Mod Podge and start brushing away on the sign. I am going to be using different Christmas cardstocks to cover up the fall sign. Using more Mod Podge for the next cardstock. More Mod Podge being used for another cardstock. I am going to be using these Christmas ornaments that were on clearance last year. I am cutting off the ribbon, but leaving the little gift bow on. For the first sign, I am using 4 small pine cones to put on each corner. These pine cones came from Hobby Lobby, and yes, they were on clearance. While adding the square ornaments, decided to wait on those and work on the border instead. We'll be using these small round glitter foam pebbles from Hobby Lobby for the border. So, use your glue gun and start working around the border. When using the foam pebbles, you can decide how much of the pebbles you would like to add to create the border. Now that the border is complete, I will start adding the ornaments again. Now that the first sign is completed, let's move on to the second sign. For the second sign, I am going to be using this candy cane twist chenille stems for the border. Let's add some Christmas candy foam stickers from Hobby Lobby. Adding some candy canes, red and green gumdrops, also red and green mints. Using these foam Christmas stickers from Hobby Lobby, I will be spelling out the words Candy Lane. On the back of the sticker, peel off the plastic tag and then place the letters on the sign. I will be using 4 small poinsettias from Hobby Lobby and placing them on each corner of the sign. What I did on the first sign for the border, I will be doing the same thing for this sign, using the silver foam pebbles to create the border. This time around, I am using tweezers to place the pebbles in the proper place, and yes, it's easier but takes a little longer to create the border, no big deal. I will be using these presents from either Dollar Tree or Hobby Lobby to place them under the tree ornaments that were on clearance from Walmart. You will use your glue gun to add the hot glue to the back of the trees and the presents. Here is the Christmas sign completed. A close-up of the Christmas sign. This one is my favorite so far. If you made it to this point in this video, thank you for sticking around. How about subscribing, liking and sharing this video so others know about it and we can continue to make more videos. We now return you back to your current video. You will need a clear plastic container. This one is from Dollar Tree. Grab 3 different sizes of Christmas trees, mini, small and medium, add hot glue to them and then place all the trees inside the container. Grab a brush and add some Mod Podge to the bottom of the container. Make sure you cover all of the bottom with the Mod Podge. Add the snow into the container, shake the container so the bottom of the container is covered in snow. You will need a small sleigh. This one is from Dollar Tree. Place the sleigh inside the container. It might take a couple of tries to get the sleigh how you want it. You are going to need 2 small presents. Use your glue gun, add the glue to one of the presents and then place it inside the sleigh. I also added a small pine cone to the sleigh. Add glue to the other present. Place it on top of the other present that is already inside the sleigh. Add some jingle bells inside the container. You can place them anywhere you would like. I decided to add some berries to the pine cone to make it more festive. Grab the top lid and place it on the container. You are now finished with this DIY. You can also add lights inside for a better result. For this project, you are going to need 4 tower blocks from Dollar Tree that are going to be painted white. Drill a small hole for a skewer to fit in. This skewer will also be painted white after the paint dries. Glue the mini tree onto the block. You will also need snowflakes. These snowflakes came from Dollar Tree and they come in different sizes. Grab your tower block that has the mini tree and the skewer. You are going to add the snowflakes onto the skewer. These snowflakes are stickers, so they should stick right onto the skewer with no problem. You can place the snowflakes anywhere on the skewer. This DIY is to make it look like the snowflakes are falling down inside the container. This container came from Dollar Tree and the snowflakes were already on the container, so it was a perfect fit for this DIY. Now that all the blocks are glued inside the container, you are going to add the snow. Add the lid back onto the container and now you have another Christmas decoration that can be displayed. I am going to be making rails for this sleigh that came from Dollar Tree. To create the rails, I am going to be using these candy canes tubes that you can buy at any grocery store that is filled with any type of Christmas candies. In order for the rails to be the same size, I will have to cut some of the plastic off from each tube and then connect both of them together. To secure both tubes together, I will be using duct tape. Now that the tubes are secured, I am going to be using gold vinyl from Dollar Tree to wrap up the tubes, but only wrapping them from label to label. This way the candy labels are covered up and not showing. Since this sleigh is going to be outside on a bench and the weather is always changing, decided to wrap the tube up with duct tape so the gold vinyl doesn't unstick. Did the same thing for the second rail. Grab your glue gun and glue the rails onto the sleigh. Add a small amount of pressure to the sleigh so the rails can attach to the bottom of the sleigh. As you can tell, I have already placed some styrofoam inside the sleigh. Going to be adding some Christmas flowers, a little drum, ornaments, and pine cones inside the sleigh to make it stand out more. You can put whatever Christmas accessories you want inside the sleigh. This is your DIY project. Make it your own and let it be one of a kind. You will need a Christmas house mini metal Santa buckets with handles from Dollar Tree for this DIY. You will also need some foam snowballs that you can cut in half to be placed inside the metal container. In order for the snowballs to fit in the container, you will have to use some force to get all 3 in there. You will need a piece of buffalo snow that will go on top of the foam snowballs. Grab some skewers and use the gold vinyl to wrap them up. You will need some reindeers. The big reindeers came from Dollar Tree and the small ones came from Hobby Lobby. You are going to glue the reindeers onto the skewers and then place them in the container with the snowballs. Tip: since the buffalo snow is on top of the snowballs, it is tricky to get the skewers to go through the snowballs. Before placing the reindeers, poke a hole in the snowballs, that way you're able to work around the buffalo snow. Continue wrapping the skewers with the gold vinyl, gluing the reindeers to the skewers and then placing them in the container. You will also have to cut the skewers to the right size so they can fit in the container. Now that you have all your reindeer in place, it's time to add some presents. If the buffalo snow keeps coming up, try using something long and small to push the snow back down into the container. Let's add some gold and red ball vase fillers. You can find these at Dollar Tree during Christmas. When you have decided where all the vase fillers will be placed, it's now time to glue them all onto the snow. You are now done with this Christmas DIY. Thank you for clicking on this video and staying until the end. Comment below which Christmas DIY was your favorite.